Merriel Bullock-Neal, and I'm running for Circuit Court Judge Part III. And thank you, Central Civitan, for inviting a fellow Civitan, along with all the other campaign individuals, to this wonderful Lone Oak picnic. I will give you a brief background about myself. I'm married to Dr. Arthur L. Neal, Sr., who is a retired director of Veterans Upward Bound program for over 25 years at Austin Peay State University, where they prepare veterans to get ready to go to college. I have a son, two sons, a daughter, a son-in-law, daughter-in-law, and two grandchildren. I have a military legacy also in my family. My great uncle served in World War I and is buried in National Arlington Cemetery in Washington, D.C. for his contributions and service to this country. My father was a World War II veteran, and four of his brothers, they were all in World War II together. My mother's brother was in World War II, but also served in Korean War. So we have a family history also of service to our country. My husband is a Vietnam War veteran also. My educational background. I got a bachelor's degree from Howard University in Washington, D.C., a master's in special education from Howard University in Washington, D.C., and I taught 5 years in the public school system. So I know what it is to be a classroom teacher, be involved with youth, be involved with families and so forth. Then I went back to school and worked on my doctorate. When I finished my doctorate, which is in special education with support fields in clinical psychology, family counseling, and family therapy. I then began to work at a university level, and I prepared teachers for over 20 years to work with individuals with disabilities, and I served as an advocate, which is one of the main things that people involved in Civitan does, is work with those with developmental disabilities. After serving as an advocate in many ways throughout the state, speaking in multiple countries, as well as all over the United States, regarding issues relative to those with disabilities and the law, I then decided I needed to go back to school. And so I decided to go to the Washington College of Law in Washington, D.C. and get a law degree. Once I got my law degree, I returned to Tennessee because I had been in Tennessee for 19 years prior to that. I came back, I've been back for 13 years, and working as a lawyer in private practice. I have handled both civil and criminal cases. I have practiced in juvenile court, general sessions court, circuit court, chancery court, and the U.S. District for the Middle Tennessee area. I have done cases in multiple courts. So I've had a wealth of experience handling a lot of different types of topics, including the topics that will be covered under this new circuit court judgeship. It is going to focus on domestic law, which includes things such as custody, parenting plans, divorces, whether it's contested or not contested, and a myriad of other types of issues. And there are some issues that are similar, and if you do the research, you'll see that there is an overlap in some of these issues where it can go even to juvenile or can go to family law, domestic law, circuit court. So I need your support. I have been very active in the community. In addition to being a member of Civitan, through my church, I've been involved in Rooms in the Inn and served as a chairperson of the Red Cross Board. I was recently awarded the Hometown Hero from the Two Rivers Red Cross Board. So I have been very, very active. I'm on the Council of Parents and Attorneys. That's another nationwide organization. I'm the chairperson of the Disproportionate Minority Contact System for Montgomery County, and on the statewide board And along with the Commission on Children and Youth, we have sponsored several conferences at Austin Peay State University which address the needs of our youth. And at those conferences, it's not just the youth that are there, but we have parents, lawyers, judges, teachers, anyone who's concerned about what's going on in the juvenile system and with our children. Because I believe for every child or young person that we prevent or rehabilitate in the juvenile system, that's one less that's going to be in the adult system. So it's very important that we do all that we can to rehabilitate our young people, also to make sure that we support families. As a circuit court judge, there are many things that I would like to do related to families to improve family life and understanding the family issues. With my unique background, I know not only the law, but I know about family dynamics. And family dynamics is very important to understanding what's going on. We the people, my aspiration is to uphold the rule of law, be fair and impartial. We must realize that the Constitution says we the people, not we some of the people. It means all of the people in the United States. That includes all of us. And as such, it's time for our judiciary in the 19th Judicial District to actually have people, judges, who reflect the community. Currently, there are no minority judges in our system, and it's time for that to change. I am eminently qualified, so I'm not saying vote on me just because I am who I am. I'm saying vote for me because I'm qualified and I have the experience, the education, the background, and the involvement in the community that's necessary for being an effective judge. So please, I would appreciate your vote on August the 4th, and thank you very much.